What's up, guys? Today I lost 48 euros and 60 cents, or if I'm correct, on MetaTrader it's $57. Let me just check real quick what it actually is. Fuck that shit, actually. I don't want to look at it right now. Let's just dive into it, okay? Took an L today, okay? Took an L today, this Tuesday. There wasn't really high impact news, if I'm correct. We had impact news, but not high impact, if I'm correct. At least it's orange folder. But why did we take this L today? Well, I took a trade on, as usual, GBP USD, which I will get into a little bit more later down this video, because I'm going to be switching to futures, at least for the biggest part. Now, here's the thing. I took an L, okay? I was like, in my opinion, GBP USD, same with UJ, it's kind of going up and down. Like, it has huge up spikes and huge down spikes. It just has good price action. But for some reason, I can't always fully understand exactly where it's going. Now, today I was just bearish, okay? I entered the day bearish and we only had bullish momentum. Like, it gave us some clear bullish momentum the whole day. But the reason why I was bearish is, well, when London opened, which was right over, come on, here. Yeah, when it opened, basically on the 4 hour, we were just overall respecting these bearish fair value gaps. On the 4 hour, on a daily, you don't see much actually, more of a retrace actually. We were basically just, in my opinion, going down. We are coming from this chop. So I was like, okay, if we get a good setup, we might enter. What I saw is, if you go to the 15 minutes, I saw this 15-minute fair value gap right over here, which was also, if I'm correct, a really small gap on the 30 minutes. Yeah, but nothing too crazy actually. So I was really focusing on the 15-minute fair value gap. Let me just point it out real quick. And all I wanted to see is, I wanted all this liquidity to get swept in order to get a liquidity sweep with a higher time frame delivery in order to go down. Because my target was either the London low, no, sorry, not the London low. This was for New York session. Let me just remove this one real quick, and this one. All I wanted to do is target these previous, like these Friday New York lows. That's all I wanted to target. Nothing more, nothing too crazy. I didn't want to go all the way down here. I thought that it was a good target since it was also resting in a 1 hour fair value gap. Higher time frame fair value gap. Strong pull, magnet, liquidity. You get it, okay? So I was really like, okay, if we get a setup, if we go up, which happened after market opened, we take liquidity, then we go down. Well, here's the thing. I entered off here, okay? First of all, I thought that this was going to be the move. I thought that this was going to be the liquidity sweep. So I waited for an entry. I didn't get it. And then we actually got this internal liquidity sweep. Not a beautiful line, but come on. Good enough. The mistake that I made here, okay? The mistake that I made here is I entered just a bit too early, okay? As you see here, this was a 3-minute inverse fair value gap. And if you go to the 1 minute, we have a change in the state of delivery. It's right over here, okay? Look at this shit. It was right over here. This is the change in the state of delivery. As you see, it's not clean. We get this really tiny confirmation that it's a change in state of delivery. Usually you kind of want to have a little bit more of a bigger candle for it. But it doesn't mean that it can't work. But if I go to the 3 minutes, come on, I keep losing it. If I go to the 3 minutes, it didn't close. I only closed when I saw this one close. Come on. Where is it? When I saw this one close. But I didn't wait for the 3 minutes actually. So then I got stopped out. And eventually my setup got created afterwards. So you got another internal liquidity sweep. It actually filled up the whole gap and then it went down. Now, it didn't hit my take profit because, by the looks of it, price was overall just bearish and it came down to this bullish fair value gap, which was also a nice, let's see, which was also a very nice 15-minute fair value gap, and it just skyrocketed off it. And if I'm correct, it was also in the zone of OTE. So price was just bullish. Okay, I didn't manage to take a trade on today. Well, I managed to take a trade. I just didn't read the market right, or I just didn't understand why it did what it did today. Okay, I was just bearish on the day, and I didn't want to take any longs. I took one trade during London session, and I didn't manage to take any trades during New York session, because price only kept moving and moving and moving and moving. Like, look at this shit. New York opens right here. It only goes up. It only goes up. What do you want me to do with this? So yeah, the biggest lesson from here are two things. One, wait for a way cleaner change in the standard delivery. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to overcomplicate it. But there wasn't much difference between the 1 and the 3 minute. So I could have been a little bit more patient just for that 1 more minute or 2 more minutes. And two, I was a bit, as I mentioned, I was confused on where the market is gonna go, like where price was gonna get towards to. It didn't give me any clean confirmation. I was just trying to sit my ass down, be patient enough to see what the market was gonna tell me. And it gave me a setup because I was bearish because it was respecting the 4-hour fair value gap. But that was it. So maybe you see something I don't, let me know. But overall, GBP USD, it's Forex. So you don't have the craziest price actions a day. It's not like it can happen, but it's pretty rare in my opinion. With Forex, I feel like the trades are most likely going to be between 30 minutes to 2 hours. But that's also exactly why I want to jump to futures. Okay, I want to jump to futures because, to be honest, my strategy, I've learned my strategy of someone who also does futures. I was just doing Forex because I actually wanted to stick with Forex, but I actually want to make the step to go to futures. I have a scaling plan with futures. I want to find a good prop firm. I don't know which one. There's so many out there. You know, you have Alpha Capital, Lucid Trading, you have so many, bro, so many. So I need to dive into which one I'm gonna go to. I'm just gonna try to pass the eval. I know that you can with futures, you can literally be done with your day within 5 minutes. You know, price can respond really well to news. It has fast movements, not slow like Forex. And I think there's just so many more scaling opportunities with futures, okay? Also, confluences work a little bit better in my opinion, like SMT divergence. I haven't learned much about it, but I know that it works way better with futures than with Forex, for example. I still want to, of course, trade GBP USD. I'm a big fan of GBP USD, but I think I'm going to leave that for London session only and trade futures on New York session. Now, so my plan is pretty simple. Keep trading on Forex during London session and only to take A+ setups. Like I understand exactly where the market is going. Price is exactly doing what I wanted to go, and it has a clear and clean target for bigger RR. Maybe a small RR if it's, you know, if it represents itself. But overall, trying to catch the what kind of like bigger moves for the whole day basically. And during New York session, since there is only an hour and a half to trade, at least that's what I see, that's where the most volume is. In that hour and a half, see what the market tells me and see what represents itself and pass evals. I need to scale my evaluations because right now I'm trading on a 5K Forex funded account, which I still need to pass. I'm in the negative. It's slow. It's boring. It's really slow. Okay. But with futures, I know that you can literally pass an eval in one day. I'm not going to rush into it, but I see more of a clear scaling opportunity with futures than with Forex. So with that being said, this was my trade recap. A little bit messy. Sorry for that. but my head is kind of messy today, so I'm gonna leave it what it is. The plan that I just explained to you for futures, it's still in the back of my mind. I'm not gonna implement it tomorrow because I want to first do some research on which prop firm to go to. I know you have multiple rules. I know you have, consistency rules. So I need to know exactly what I'm going into. And I also want to have a legit, good, proven prop firm in front of me, which I can trust as well. And isn't just gonna, I don't know, take all the money. Sorry, I had to look at something. And deny all the payout requests. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in 2 days.